Hello everyone, this is Paul from SpanishWithPaul.com and I'm back again with another mini course. This one is number 8. If you'd like to download the free course book that accompanies this lesson, you can click the link that I've put on the screen right now, and I've also put another link to it in the description box below this video. This way you can revise what we've learned and test yourself afterwards. During the course of the lesson, I'm going to be referring to various things from the previous 7 mini courses, so make sure that you are familiar with what we learned in those, and as always, pause and think out your own answers. Don't just passively listen to the video. This way, you'll get the maximum value from the time that you put into doing this lesson. So with all that out of the way, let's get started now with mini course number 8. To say, I feel like, meaning I feel like doing something, we have a very useful phrase in Spanish, which is tengo ganas de. Once again, the pronunciation is tengo ganas de. This means I feel like. And after that phrase, you will typically throw in a verb. For example, I feel like going out. This would be tengo ganas de salir. Here we have the full verb to go out. How would you say, I feel like going out tonight? Tengo ganas de salir esta noche. What's the verb to eat? Comer. Now, how would you say, I feel like eating here today? Tengo ganas de comer aquí hoy. What about this one? I feel like eating tacos tonight. Tengo ganas de comer tacos esta noche. To turn it around and say, I don't feel like, it would simply be, no tengo ganas de. How would you say, I don't feel like going out tonight? No tengo ganas de salir esta noche. What's the verb to work? Trabajar. How would you say, I don't feel like working today? No tengo ganas de trabajar hoy. What's the verb to go? Ir. Now, how would you say, I don't feel like going there today? No tengo ganas de ir allí hoy. To say to the beach would be a la playa. This literally means to the beach. A la playa. How would you express, today I feel like going to the beach? Hoy tengo ganas de ir a la playa. Do you remember the verb to see? Ver. And the word for a film in Spanish is una película. Notice the accent over the I. So we have película. Película. But often what you hear is this shortened to simply una peli. Una peli. How would you say, I feel like seeing a film tonight? Tengo ganas de ver una peli esta noche? What about tonight? I feel like seeing a film with you. Esta noche tengo ganas de ver una peli contigo. What's the verb to call? Llamar. And how would you say to call him or to call her? Llamarle. Now, how would you express I don't feel like calling him today? No tengo ganas de llamarle hoy. What's the verb to speak? Hablar. Now try to say, I don't feel like speaking with her today. No tengo ganas de hablar con ella hoy. How do you say, I don't know? No sé. Now, how would you say, I don't know why? No sé por qué. I don't know why, but I don't feel like speaking with her today. No sé por qué, pero no tengo ganas de hablar con ella hoy. I'd like us to look a bit closer at this word of por qué. You can see that we have two distinct words, por and qué, with an accent over the E. So this literally means for what reason? For what? ¿Por qué? This is how you say why, and you hear it with that stress over the E, hitting the end there. ¿Por qué? But the word because is porque. You can see that it's all one word, and there's no stress over the E, but instead you're kind of stressing the middle of the word here, so it sounds softer. Porque. So it's important to be aware of that difference. For why we have por qué, and because we have porque. What I'd like to do now is work with the verb to ask. And there are two verbs in Spanish which mean to ask. The one we're going to use in this lesson is preguntar. So the syllables are preguntar. This means to ask. If we want to conjugate that and express I ask, what we do is take preguntar and we get rid of the ending and replace it with an O. So what we get is pregunto, pregunto. This means I ask. Now, if we add something extra to that and we say me pregunto, this means I ask myself. Me stands for myself. So literally myself, I ask. Now, this is how you express I wonder in Spanish. I ask myself. Me pregunto. How would you say I wonder why? Me pregunto por qué. Literally, I ask myself why. Do you remember that little word for like this or like that? Así. And how would you say it's like that? Es así. Now try to say, I wonder why it's like that. Me pregunto por qué es así. What's the word for if? Sí. Now try to say, I wonder if I can speak with her later. Be careful with your word order here because we have the word if and we have a time here later. So there's something that we learned in the last mini course regarding word order, which I would like you to try to remember now. So how would you translate that? Me pregunto si más tarde puedo hablar con ella. Here in this example, it sounds more natural in Spanish to put más tarde after the word if instead of at the end like we do in English. How do you say we can? Podemos. I wonder if we can do it. Me pregunto si podemos hacerlo. What about this one? I wonder why we can't do it. Me pregunto por qué no podemos hacerlo. What's the word for again? Otra vez. Literally another time. Now try to say, I wonder if we can go there again. Me pregunto si podemos ir allí otra vez. How do you say he, she, or it wants? Quiere. Now try to say, I wonder why he wants to speak with me. Me pregunto por qué quiere hablar conmigo. I wonder why she wants to call me later. Me pregunto por qué quiere llamarme más tarde. What's the verb to have dinner? Cenar. Now try this one. I wonder if we can have dinner here tonight because I don't feel like going out. Be careful with the word order. Again, we have the word if with a time frame. Just pause and think it out step by step. Here's the answer for you. Me pregunto si esta noche podemos cenar aquí porque no tengo ganas de salir. Here we have I wonder, me pregunto. If tonight, si esta noche. We can have dinner here. Podemos cenar aquí. Because, porque. I don't feel like, no tengo ganas de going out, salir. When you take things slowly and do it step by step, you can really surprise yourself with what you're able to translate now into Spanish. To say where it is in Spanish would be ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está? How would you say I know where it is? Sé dónde está. I don't know where it is. No sé dónde está. How would you say I wonder where it is? Me pregunto dónde está. Now, the nice thing about dónde está is that it means where it is, but it also means where he is or she is. So all three, it, he, and she, is covered with ¿Dónde está? Now, it's normally understood in the context of the conversation which one you mean. How would you say, I don't know where he is today? No sé dónde está hoy. I wonder where she is now. Me pregunto dónde está ahora. Do you remember the verb to ask? Preguntar. And how do you say I need? Necesito. Now try to say I need to ask where it is. Necesito preguntar dónde está. What's the word for so? Entonces. How would you say, I don't know where it is, so I need to ask? No sé dónde está. Entonces, necesito preguntar. What's the verb to know? Saber. And what's the word for somebody? Alguien. How would you say somebody has to know where it is? Alguien tiene que saber dónde está. What about this last one? I feel like going there today, but I don't know where it is, so I have to ask. Again, pause and take it step by step. Here's the answer for you. Tengo ganas de ir allí hoy, pero no sé dónde está. Entonces, tengo que preguntar. We have I feel like going there. Tengo ganas de ir allí. And the word for today is hoy. But I don't know, pero no sé where it is. ¿Dónde está? So, entonces, I have to ask. Tengo que preguntar. In the previous mini courses, we've done a lot of work on what I call power verbs. So these would be can, want, and have to. And we've covered various angles, meaning I, you, he, she, and it, and we. So we're missing one angle, which is they. And I'd like to fill in the gaps now. So we're going to work with first can, which is the verb to be able to. So look at this slide. We have puedo for I can, puedes, you can, puede for he, she, or it can, and podemos for we can. Now to get they, what happens is you take the one for he, she, and it, puede, and you simply add an N onto the end of it. So pueden means they can. Pueden. So let's try this now. How would you say they can do it for you later? Pueden hacerlo para ti más tarde. What about they can be here tomorrow? Pueden estar aquí mañana. How would you say they can't? No pueden. They can't be here tomorrow. No pueden estar aquí mañana? They can't speak with you now. No pueden hablar contigo ahora. We have a similar situation with the verb to want. So looking at this slide, we have quiero, I want, quieres, you want, quiere, he, she, or it wants, and queremos for we want. So again, we're missing the angle of they. Just as before, we go to whatever we have for he, she, it, quiere, and you add an N. So you get quieren, quieren. This means they want. How would you say they want to go out tonight? Quieren salir esta noche. They want to know where it is. Quieren saber dónde está. They want to speak with you later. Quieren hablar contigo más tarde. They want to have dinner here tonight. Quieren cenar aquí esta noche. What's the verb to ask? Preguntar. To express to ask me, we take preguntar and we tag on me. So the sound you get is preguntarme. Let's go through the syllables. We have preguntarme. Preguntarme means to ask me. Now try to say, they want to ask me something important. Quieren preguntarme algo importante. Let's move to the verb of to have to now. So again, on our slide, we have tengo que, I have to. Tienes que, you have to. Tiene que, he, she, or it has to. And tenemos que, we have to. Once again, for they have to, we would go to whatever we have for he, she, it, and we add on an N. So we get the sound of tienen que. Tienen que. How would you say, they have to ask me something? Tienen que preguntarme algo. They have to go there tomorrow. Tienen que ir allí mañana. Do you remember the verb to study? Estudiar. How would you say, they have to study tonight? Tienen que estudiar esta noche. They have to study tonight, so they can't go out. Tienen que estudiar esta noche. Entonces, no pueden salir. How would you say, they have to work tomorrow? Tienen que trabajar mañana. They have to work, so they can't be here today. Tienen que trabajar, entonces no pueden estar aquí hoy. How do you say, I should? Debería. Now try to say, I wonder what I should do. Me pregunto qué debería hacer? What about I wonder if I should do it? Me pregunto si debería hacerlo. What's the verb to buy? Comprar. How would you say, I wonder if I should buy it? Me pregunto si debería comprarlo. I wonder if I should call him and ask. Me pregunto si debería llamarle y preguntar. How would you say he, she, or it should? It's the same. Debería. How would you say he should know where it is? Debería saber dónde está. What about it's impossible to know where it is? Es imposible saber dónde está. I don't feel like doing it today. No tengo ganas de hacerlo hoy. What's the verb to be? Estar. How would you say, I don't feel like being here? No tengo ganas de estar aquí. I don't feel like going there again. No tengo ganas de ir allí otra vez. What's the verb to explain? Explicar. How would you say, they want to explain what happened? Quieren explicar qué pasó. I wonder if they can explain what happened yesterday. Me pregunto si pueden explicar qué pasó ayer. What's the verb to tell? Decir. How would you say to tell me? Decirme. They have to tell me the truth. Tienen que decirme la verdad. Try this one. I wonder if they can tell me the reason why it's not here. They must know where it is. Me pregunto si pueden decirme el por qué no está aquí. Tienen que saber dónde está. Here in the English, I put they must, which is the same as saying they have to. This is why tienen que could mean they must know where it is or they have to know where it is. Well done to everyone who has completed mini course 8. It seems like a long time since the first mini course, and I'm sure that we've all come a long way in our Spanish since then. For those of you who are ready to take the plunge and go into full conversational fluency in Spanish, my main course is available for you. It's done in the same style as these mini courses, giving you a very simple, direct path to conversational fluency. There's no grammar, no writing down, and no memorization either. So you get access to the full course as well as one-to-one access to me to personally help you through it. So I look forward to meeting you inside the members area, and I'll see you all in my next video.